Hi there, my name's John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take this. Not really at the Dollar Tree yet. Again, we will be back there, but welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, and I am so glad you're here. This is for the fourth Sunday of Easter. And I was going to say the third Sunday, but it's actually May 3rd, the fourth Sunday of Easter. And it is Good Shepherd Sunday. It is The Sheep Know My Voice. It is, here, we're going to pull this up just so I see. This is very truly, I tell you, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in another way is a thief and a bandit. And it's all about the shepherd and the sheep. And that Jesus also is, I am the gate for the sheep. And that's really what I'm focusing on, is this idea of Jesus is the way. Jesus is the way through. Jesus is the voice and calls us. But really that idea that Jesus is the gate. And there are so many times where I'll butt up against something. Either I butt up against what people say a Christian should look like, or what about all the things that I should do so that God will love me. You know, it's like, I need to do these things because if I do these things, then God will love me. It's like, I've got a brick wall. I've got a brick wall, and it's, basically I'm butting my head up against this wall. Here, I'm going to actually move this down just a little bit so you can see it resting. I think that's, so it doesn't tip over. There we are. That's close. Anyway, so we're here, and it's a brick wall, and this is what I feel like. I feel like it's like I'm butting my head up against this wall. I'm trying to get through, and this is a pretty solid wall, and if it really was up to what I was doing, if I tried to get through here, there would be no possible way. But what if we look on the back side? So I'm going to take these and flip these over like this, and if we look on the back side and we bring these together, there's a hole that I can get through. It's like it's a gate. It's like it's a gate that's been opened up. It's like a way through. And in the gospel lesson, Jesus says, I am the gate. And what's interesting is that try as I might, over on this side, there would be like no way I can get through. There's just no possible way. But the thing is that that's ultimately what Jesus is telling us, is that it's not up to us. It's up to the Good Shepherd that will not leave us alone, the Good Shepherd that is the gate for us, to get through. That is the beautiful thing. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, anyway, now I'll show you how I did this, but this is, it's a great topological, it's kind of a magic thing, but not really, it's more of a puzzle, and you saw how, it's wonderful. So, what you need is, a piece of cardboard, or a big piece of poster board or something like that. And so this piece of cardboard is, I'm going to measure it out just so I can make sure I tell you the right thing. So the piece of cardboard is 7.5 inches by 6 inches. So this is 7.5 inches, and this here is 6 inches. And then what you need to do is you need to draw squares on here, and you're going to divide the squares. These squares here are 1.5 inches apart. So 6, and you're going to make 4 squares. So these are 1.5 inches apart, which equals 6 inches. And then here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this, and you're going to divide it. So each one of these is going to be 1.25 inches. They're not perfectly square, because if they were perfectly square, it would be a real miracle if we could actually form a hole in the center. So you've got 6 that are 1.25 inches each, and 4 that are 1.5 inches. So that, and then, so you've got that. You've cut out the piece of board, and you've drawn your grid. Now I used a highlighter. For Sunday, I'll actually go back and use a black ink pen and make it this really bold so that it looks like bricks or something like that. It's a brick wall. So you've got it there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pause this, and you're going to follow the pattern. You're going to go 1 over. So you're going to start off 1 over, and you're going to cut down. You're going to cut 1 over again, and you're going to cut down. So you've got kind of stairs. Then you're going to go 2 bricks over, 1 down, 1 over, and 1 down, so that you have 2 halves. And they are, if you look at it, they are exactly the same. But you divide them. You divide it this way. So you cut it, and you have this here. Now, if I was like this, and I wanted to make a hole in the center, I could just do this. All it is shifting how you're putting these together. So I could literally just from here go like that. But it's like, well, that's neat. I mean, it is neat, but so having it here, and then you could do it like that. However, if you're holding it like this, so you've got you're holding this edge and this edge, and you've got this like this. When you turn it over, if you turn this, so you notice how this is going like this. So when you turn it over, you're going to turn it over so it's now going up and down. So here, and so you're moving it. Basically, you're twisting it like this. So you're just like that. Okay. If you remember, if you've been following me long enough and you remember the arrow, we've got the one-way arrow that goes one direction, and you turn it and then you turn it. That's exactly how you're turning this pieces of this paper. So you've got this, and you're going to turn both of them the same way. But so when you're like this, and you turn it both this way, and you want to pull it out and then turn it. And then when you bring them back together, you bring it back so this is lower so you have the hole there. You could, and this would be a mistake, but if you're here and you go like this, you could accidentally, if you went and you put them back exactly the same way they were, there's nothing that happens there. So you want to make sure that when you're here, you turn this over, and then this is there. An easy way to remember this. The reason why I was trying to get it down even lower, I'm going to see if I can, okay. I think it'll hold. I just don't want my iPad to fall over and lose you. So this is what I wanted to do. So if you're recording it, you could record it to where you're on the table. Okay, you're on the table. Now, when you twist it, you pull it apart, you twist it, and then you come back down on the table. And notice that when you come back down on the table, both of these edges on the table, you can't help but be in the right position. All right? So you're there, and you're talking about how I keep running into this brick wall, and there's no way through. There's nothing I can do. And you know what? That's right. There isn't anything you can do. But in our scripture, it talks about how Jesus is the gate, how Jesus is the way through, and how Jesus provides the way. And then, so notice how there was this, twist, down on the table, and then over. Just like that. I'm getting there. So, a quick highlight again about this. You have, I am going to, here, we'll just lay it down just like that so you can kind of see it. I'm going to show you the measurements again. So the across is 7.5 inches. So across we have 7.5 inches. And then down here, we have 6. So it's 7.5 by 6. Top 7.5. This is 6. These are squares that are 1.5 inches each. So it's 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. So that you have 4 of them 1.5 inches this way, and then this way is 1.25 inches, and you're going to have 6 of them. And then you follow. I'm going to just hold this up, and you can actually take a screenshot of that or pause that, and you can trace that. Not literally, but you can look at it and see how in the center it comes down, over, down. Then you have 2 over, down, 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 and then that, and here, down to the ground, and then over. All right, I think we have it. Just one bit of credit. This little wall puzzle putting together, it comes from Robert Neal. Robert Neal, who is a magician, an origami folder, a theologian, a very kind man, and so here we are. This is the brick wall, and using it as showing Jesus being the way through. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're almost 12 minutes, and that's just because I wanted to make sure that this made sense. If you have questions about it, feel free to message me, leave me a note, and I will see if I can answer it. But I hope you enjoy this. Thanks.